It has just gone 8 o'clock Central African time. Good evening and welcome to the news bulletin at 8, brought to you by Eswatini TV. My name is Hannibal Ngwana alongside Zamanzi Manze. Thank you so much indeed for choosing to stay with us. We're coming to you live from our Hospital Hill studios in Babane, and here's a quick look at your top stories at 8. His Majesty King Eswatini III has left the country for a working trip in Dubai. Minister of Housing and Urban Development has appointed the Town Planning Board. And the Minister for Public Works and Transport says the Roads Authority will ensure that funds collected go straight to the road rehabilitation and maintenance. And now the news in detail. His Majesty King Eswatini III has left the country for a working trip in the United Arab Emirates. His Majesty left through the King Eswatini III International Airport, accompanied by Nkosikazi Magala-Mashwama.
The nation converged at King Eswatini III International Airport to bid farewell to His Majesty King Eswatini III and Nkosikazi Magala-Mashwama as the King set out to embark on a three-nation working trip that begins in the Emirate of Dubai in the United Arab Emirates. Present to see His Majesty leave were Bomage Nkosikazi, their Royal Highnesses Bantrabe Nkosi, the Prime Minister Cleopas Zipho-Dlamini, who led cabinet ministers, various councils and regiments. At King Eswatini III International Airport, I'm Sandile Makanya for Eswatini TV News.
Minister of Housing and Urban Development Princess Melane has appointed the Town Planning Board. The board will be in office for 3 years and it will be chaired by Clifford Mamba. The minister announced the board members on Monday morning.
Housing and Urban Development Princess Melane says the board has been appointed in accordance with the Constitution. The minister says this is so because it includes members who are male and female, adding that there are members who were previously in the board and new ones.
Nilmandla ke bekunene ukhona umphane Nkosi wasengudzeni long PS kulelitiko abe khona Buhle Vincent Dlamini abe khona Dokotela Samuel Seyama abe khona Mrs Gciniwe Fakutse abe khona Dokotela Bongiwe Malinga. Siyabonga kakhulu.
Chairman of the board, who spoke on his capacity as Principal Secretary of the Ministry, Clifford Mamba, said he believed that the board will not let the ministry down. Mamba then stated what was expected of the board.
Leli committee leli libuke town planning even ukuthi ucha unabe ufuna kwakha sakhiwo thide noma lo mhlaba lonawo so ubona ukuthi ufuna ukusebenzisa ngandlela thiteni kepha le town planning scheme salelo dolobha kumba sikuvumelini ngetizathu thiteni so uyeta ke wena umnika.
Mamba says the board will be responsible for zoning and rezoning issues. He says it will be responsible for hearing appeals from the public should they be unsatisfied with responses they get from municipal councils. The minister said board members were selected based on different qualities which included humanity, wisdom and good character. For Eswatini TV News, Temgosi Mavimbela with Mbongwa Dube, Mbabane.
The Minister for Public Works and Transport, Chief Nkosikazi Ndwandwe, says the Roads Authority will ensure that funds collected go straight to the road rehabilitation and maintenance. The Minister was speaking in the House of Senate during a second reading of the Roads Authority bill.
The Minister for Public Works and Transport, Chief Nkosikazi Ndwandwe, in his preamble, highlighted some of the issues that will be addressed by the establishment of the two institutions, which is the Roads Authority and the Roads Fund. The minister stated that all roads-related levies will be channeled to the road fund, which will accelerate road rehabilitation processes. Senators had the opportunity to deliberate on this bill. Some senators stated that the road authority will help in the current situation of the country roads. Issues of corruption were also touched on.
Ikhona nakutawuqala kwakho umgwaqo ukhweshiswe bantfu kanje ukuthi bantfu ababhadalwa imali ngendlela efanele
labo labangathinteka particularly welfare yabo kungabonakala ukuthi this is an exercise yokuretrencha kanti singa asikufanele igama lingabi khona lelo. It may sound as an unfair labor practice.
Changing from the old system that has not worked and taking it to a new system, I think is progressive, and it has the potential to be successful.
Inkinga nginayo bekunene ngiyayivuma le road lesi sitayibuka lokweba sitakubeka kuphi sitakubeka kuphi lokweba ngoba phela uhulumende unento lekuthiwa yi-10 iliqedile live.
The Minister for Public Works and Transport, Chief Ndladla Ndwandwe, when responding, stated that the ministry will closely monitor these institutions.
Tikhona timali letikwelekwa live leti tawuvele ticonze kulesikhwama ukuthi leti mali timali leticonzele nemgwaqo. Kungaba ngiwola ma licenses etimoto tethu imithelo lesiyendako ngeminyaka kube ngilokuthide ku fuel kube ngilokupholekwa emagedeni timoto uma tingena Eswatini batawuqhubeka ke libandla selikhona. Ngiyakhumbula ukuthi timpunga tiketa likhulumisa litiwe ngendzaba ama toll gates nawo ke lo mthetho nabo kuhle timpungeni soshayekile tawusekele libandla leli liyathunywa ukuthi alwasethape lama toll gates ngendlela lengiyo nalemukelekile emhlabeni. So lapho nje Madam President bengichaza ukuthi lapha sibuka ukuthi tawusebenzeka kangcono ngoba leti mali tawuvele ticonzane nalomgwaqo kunekuthi ngiyalo tikhona timali tikwelekwa titsintsana nemgwaqo kodwa tiyale esikhwameni sahulumende lesikhulu.
Minister Ndwandwe also assured senators that the staff that will be affected during the processes will be compensated and others will be transferred to work in other ministries. Eswatini TV News Ndomlangeni, Themba Shabangu, Parliament.
The Public Service Pension Fund recorded 25 beneficiaries who received benefits out of the fund's rules. According to the Principal Secretary in the Ministry of Public Service, Tabete, he says the fund recovered over 400,000 Malangeni. Tabete was speaking in Parliament when his ministry appeared before the Public Accounts Committee.
The Minister of Public Service appeared before the Public Accounts Committee where issues regarding the Public Service Pension Fund were deliberated on. This includes how the fund works and the plans to make it more sustainable, not just in Eswatini, but in the region. The Principal Secretary in the Ministry of Public Service, Tabete, says the fund was able to locate people who were benefiting from the fund illegally in 2022-2021 financial year.
Cishe kwetikhathi phela nje ku-2020-21 about 25 ema-cases la kanjalo atholakele ebantfu lekubonakele ukuthi bashadile kepha basaqhubeka bayabenefita. Loko ke lokwenta ukuthi ifund igcine ibacela ukuthi bayibuyisele imali and ke imali lenganga 453,961 ifund ikhona kuyirecover lebese itholwe ngilaba bekunene lebe bati misrepresenta.
Members of the Public Accounts Committee raised concerns over the system that is currently used to track the credibility of beneficiaries.
Kuyekube kuhle tshela ukuthi nawu tiletha letinto leti tikombe nje lokuthi ngeminyaka longukuthi naba bantu kumele sathi sibasana ngibasanga bangafiki basheshe bahambe uyakubona ukuthi kuyalandzeleleka lokho
nangabe a controlling officer akuletha noma uyakwazi ukuthi le tinto leta kusitho tinto letenteka kakhulu
uma khona ngeComfortable Pension Fund titi yini vele tingasurvive njani yini lesingakwenda ukuthi be sustainable
existing beneficiaries. Is it up to date yeninyalo now that they are here in front of us? Sieva during the time of COVID, but nyalo ke.
The Principal Secretary also stated that the ministry has 25 vacant positions, which somehow affect service delivery in the ministry. Eswatini TV News on Domlangeni Themba Shabangu, Parliament.
The University of Eswatini reopens for classes following temporary closure. UNESWA's Registrar Dr. Salibona Smelane says the university is back to business as of Monday.
It's decided that lectures should resume. We will recall that the university was closed a few weeks ago, which was actually about 2 weeks ago, let me put it that way. We went through a process where we reviewed what had taken place and how best could we handle the situation at the time. May I just say on the side that, coincided with high-level plans for holding the graduation ceremony. It was decided that the university should close, and during that period there was a midterm break, which was of course last week, where students were expected to be of course on break in terms of lectures and so on.
Around 1.4 million Malangene was made in about an hour during the auction sale of motor vehicles forfeited by the state through the Prevention of Organised Crime Act, POCA. The vehicles were forfeited as proceeds of crime, while others were found to have been used for the commission of crime. The auction was held at His Majesty's Correctional Services in Matsapa on Monday.
54 now, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60. That's 60,000.
The Prevention of Organised Crime Act of 2018 permits government to forfeit and sell property used for or purchased through proceeds of crime. Since the law came into effect in 2018, there has never been an auction of property forfeited by or to the state through this law until today. POCA Asset Forfeiture Unit Legal Officer Cebile Dlamini says the auction was a success and also explained what the successful bidders have to do now before they use their new vehicles.
Compartments njengoba ashito bidder ukuthi ucela ukuthi compartments onke are destroyed before
all compartments shall be destroyed before cars can be used. Cars found on public roads with compartments will be forfeited to the state again. The assumption will be that the vehicles are used for crime.
The auction sale was conducted by Swazi auctioneers, whose director Sakile Nzimanze did not wish to comment. There were close to 200 registered bidders for the auction of 28 vehicles, which included one mobile kitchen. The vehicle attracting the highest bid was a UD truck, which was sold at 120,000 emalangeni. The lowest selling vehicle was a Nissan Selfie, which went under the hammer for 21,000 emalangeni. One car was withdrawn from the auction following that there were pending legal issues with it. For Eswatini TV News, Temgosima Vimbela with Mbongwa Dube, Matsapa.
Coming in from the High Court, the court has found an accused person guilty of the murder of his parental grandmother. The name of the accused is known but will not be revealed as he was a minor at the time of committing the offense. The accused hacked his grandmother with a bush knife several times.
The accused was in Form 3 when he committed the offense. Evidence brought before court was that the accused first went to imbibe in alcoholic beverages with his friends. The evidence was that he borrowed a bush knife, which he said he wanted to use in his grandmother's garden. The accused went home with some of his friends, who then waited for him by the gate as he went inside to get his boots. The accused was seen attacking his grandmother with a bush knife, inflicting injuries that ended her life. There was a witness who told the court that he was told by the accused that he had issues with his grandmother as she overburdened him with household chores, which included herding cattle, cooking, while at the same time having to balance that with schoolwork. The witness told the court that the accused his grandmother of witchcraft. The witness further told the court that the accused was raised by the deceased after his parents died when he was about 4 years of age. In his defense, the accused told the court that he had no intention of killing his grandmother. He said he killed his grandmother after she had insulted him. The court found no evidence of this. The court said it was clear that the accused had a grudge against his grandmother, and this was the motive for committing the crime. The court then found him guilty of murder. The matter was before Judge Doris Shabalala. For Eswatini TV News, Temgosima Vimbela, High Court.
Right now, let's take a look at our financial indicators and see how markets performed today in our financial report.
Bank, it can be.
Welcome back. You're still with the news bulletin at 8 at Eswatini TV, and now for our sports news. Newly elected Ho Regional Football Association chairperson Comfort Shongwe says he will work to bring unity amongst teams by also trying to bring back sponsors on the table. Shongwe mentioned this after being elected as the chairperson of the region, where he defeated outgoing chairperson Nigel Shongwe.
The Ho Regional Football Association conducted their election where the biggest issue was to elect the new chairman of the region. Comfort Shongwe was once the chairman, bounces back after defeating outgoing chairman Nigel Shongwe. Comfort Shongwe promises to bring unity in the region.
Lesikotsi sibe nemoya munye, sibe united. Sibuke tintfo leti mhlambe betisiphazamisa. Sibuya ke emkhuhlaneni lomkhulu lobokhungethe umhlaba wonke jikelele. Lokho ke bekungasilula, siyibonge nje executive le yengcile, bengasilula kudlalisa imidlalo ngephasi kwale ngenamba besibukene nayo. But ke bakhonile ukuthi babe nabasebenze lokungangabo ku the challenging nang time. Inwe yekuqala lekufuna siyibonge, kufuna silethe iconfidence kuma partners ethu. Kubonke nje lesihlobene nabo, sicela ukuthi babuye basibambise ekuthuthukiseni ibhola. Kakhulu tinkampani lebeti sponsorisha siyathi ukuthi lomkhuhlane lomkhulu balimete kute business. Lana ke kuvuleke amathuba alatinye tinkampani leto na mhlambe tiyakhona kucancela
By being elected as the chairman of the Ho Regional Football Association, he is now an executive member of the National Football Association. Reporting for Eswatini TV Sports, I'm Linda Dlamini, Mbabane.
Executive member of the Zambian Football Association, Collins Mukwala, says giving much needed attention to their academies is what has contributed to the growth and success of football in Zambia. Mukwala highlighted these following Zambia under-20 COSAFA victory when defeating Mozambique at the finals in Somhlodo National Stadium.
Has recently proven to be a growing nation when it comes to football. Collins Mukwala, who is an executive member of the Zambian National Football Association, says giving much attention to the academies is what has contributed to the success of the Zambian football.
Academies, and as well as in provinces, we are monitoring provinces, the way football is developing in all the provinces. So what we have done is that we have set under 15, under 16, under 17, and under 20, and under 23. So there is that transition.
Having just won the under-20 COSAFA Cup, the Zambian women national team will be heading to the World Cup in Australia next year. Reporting for Eswatini TV Sports, I'm Linda Dlamini, Mbabane.
Well, we've hit the home stretch of the news bulletin at 8 at Eswatini TV. Before we go, here's a quick reminder of our news making headlines tonight. His Majesty King Eswatini III has left the country for a working trip in Dubai. Minister of Housing and Urban Development has appointed the Town Planning Board. And the Minister for Public Works and Transport says the Roads Authority will ensure that funds collected go straight to the road rehabilitation and maintenance. Beautiful Kingdom of Eswatini, it's been a pleasure. Thank you so much indeed for choosing to stay with us. We shall now cross over to the Weather Center for a detailed weather report from us and the rest of the team at Eswatini TV. For now, it's good night and God bless.
This week on Tropica Island of Treasure All-Stars, our smooth team